Today we're going to show you guys how to diagnose or do a workaround for a common issue we have on the Kubota diesel mechanical engines. This would be before the CAN bus enabled engines. So this one's still mechanical fuel pump, mechanical external fuel shutoff solenoid, and then also has a mechanical high-speed trombetta. So in this case we're on a Kubota D902 diesel engine. This one is mounted on a CTE Traxxas 270 spider lift. In the United States, that might be the 88-foot machine. And the issue that we have on this one is that we're blowing the fuse every time when the fuel shutoff solenoid engages. So pretty simple solution. Top of the machine on all your Kubota diesel engines. This is the fuel shutoff solenoid. Might be from a couple of different brands. This one is a Woodward. It might be from Kubota themselves. It could be from Trombetta. Some of them have 1 wires. Some of them have 3 wires. They just perform different functions. One of them might have a pull and a hold wire. The other one might have one that's just a pull or just a hold and be grounded through the actual item itself. In either case, if you do need to replace it, just make sure you look at the part number on the side of it or Google Kubota fuel shutoff solenoid and then match up the wiring that comes out of it. They're available pretty much anywhere, even on Amazon. So we're on the top of the machine here. 2 bolts that are mounted here. You need a 10mm socket or a wrench in order to remove those. If this is sticking, you can get by on your work day by just removing it. So you unbolt it, pull it out of the way. It'll come out of the linkage that you can see down here on the right. And then when you need to shut the engine off, you just manually push the lever over and it'll kill the engine. So you can see right now, that's turning on, turning off goes back. Pretty simple. Then for our high-speed trombetta, this one has a Rosati. Again, this could be a bunch of brands. Woodward, Rosati makes them. Obviously, there's one on this machine. Trombetta is really common here in the United States, and you might see that on something like your Deutz diesel engines as well. Most common issue we have with these is that the actual rod inside of here that's moving back and forth gets some surface rust on it, and then it just starts to stick inside of there. Some of them you can take apart and you can clean that up, lubricate it a little, might get you a little bit of time. Otherwise, you just have to replace the thing. Same thing though, if you need to work around on this one, you can just loosen the mounting bolts here, give it a little bit of a wiggle so that that's free moving, and it'll allow it to go from the pull to the full hold. That's most commonly what causes these to have an issue with the fuse, is the throttle rod goes out of adjustment there, and they're almost always a threaded rod, not a solid linkage, and it tries to pull in to increase the throttle, and then because it never makes it to the hold position, it just starts blowing the fuse because it's stuck in pull the whole time and has a high amperage draw. On this machine, it's a 20 or 30 amp circuit. Could be different depending on the machine you're on. You'd have to go back through your wiring diagram and determine which fuse it is. But either way, if you need a workaround for that, again, it's a mechanical linkage on this. You can just yank on that, hold it in with a zip tie, piece of wire or something to get the job done, order up the part and replace it. So over here at our parts drawer, give you guys a couple of samples here. For identification purposes, we have your generic Amazon special high-speed trombetta to show you here. This one's a 12 volt. You pull back the rubber boot, there's our rod. Once the coil gets energized, pulls it in like a magnet, bottoms out, and then you can see here's your threaded rod adjustment. So pretty simple. This is where we would see the surface rust start to build up, where they would get stuck and down inside the barrel. Once that starts to happen, you might get a little bit more use out of it if you clean it up, but you're better off just ordering one up and getting the proper things so that you don't have any issues and you don't have any downtime on the job sites. In our other drawer here, we got a fuel shutoff solenoid. This is just a single wire one, just as an example. 1 wire goes in, bolts onto the top of the engine. This goes into that actual bracket on the top of your Kubota diesel, pulls in, lets off, has a spring return. That's what turns your fuel on and off.